Hello everyone, and welcome to Dark Love Psychology. Have you ever wondered why some people command respect without even trying, while others, who are always there for everyone, seem to be consistently overlooked? The answer often lies not in what they give, but in what they withhold. Respect is not something that can be demanded or begged for. It is earned, often through a quiet, powerful display of presence, or more accurately, through the deliberate control of that presence. When people cannot have unlimited, unfettered access to you, they naturally begin to assign a higher value to your time, your energy, your unique perspective. It's a fundamental principle of human interaction that we are going to explore in depth today. In this video, we will break down exactly why scarcity creates respect, and how you can apply this psychological principle in your dating life, your professional relationships, your personal development. This is not about becoming cold, distant, or manipulative. Instead, it is about understanding a core dynamic of human nature and using it to cultivate a deeper sense of self-respect, which in turn commands genuine respect from others. The concept is quite simple when you think about it through a basic metaphor: the difference between rare diamonds and common sand. Diamonds are incredibly valuable precisely because they are rare, difficult to find, and require effort to obtain. Sand, on the other hand, is everywhere, abundant and easily accessible, and therefore, we assign it little to no value. The same logic applies to your time and attention. When your presence is as abundant and readily available as sand on a beach, people will subconsciously treat it as such. They will take it for granted, not because they are malicious, but because its constant availability has stripped it of its perceived specialness. Throughout our journey today, we will transform your understanding of availability. We will move away from the notion that being constantly accessible is a sign of kindness or loyalty. Instead, we will reframe it as a form of self-neglect that inadvertently teaches others to devalue you. By the end of this video, you will have a clear, actionable strategy to recalibrate how others perceive and interact with you. You will learn to be less like the sand, scattered and easily trodden upon, and more like the diamond, rare, sought after, and deeply respected for the unique value that you bring into a room. It is absolutely crucial to emphasize from the outset that this journey into the power of scarcity is not about playing games. Such tactics are transparent, inauthentic, and ultimately undermine the very respect you are trying to build. The core of this philosophy is rooted in something much deeper and more meaningful: self-respect. The strategies we will discuss are the natural byproducts of building a life that is full, purposeful, and centered around your own priorities and well-being. To guide you through this transformation, we have structured this video into 5 powerful chapters. Each chapter will be introduced verbally by its title, which will also be displayed prominently on the screen. Chapter 1: The Psychology of Scarcity. At the very core of our human programming lies a simple, yet profoundly influential principle. We assign more value to things that are rare, limited, or difficult to obtain. This is not a learned behavior, but an instinctual one, deeply embedded in our evolutionary history. For our ancestors, scarce resources like food, safe shelter, and reliable allies were critical for survival. This ancient wiring persists in our modern brains, creating a cognitive shortcut that equates rarity with value, importance, and desirability. This psychological trigger is the reason why limited edition products fly off shelves and why exclusive clubs feel so alluring. Think of art. A one-of-a-kind painting by a master can be worth hundreds of millions, while a mass-produced print of the same image might sell for a few dollars. The art looks the same, but scarcity sets the value. To truly grasp the power of scarcity, it is useful to examine the stark contrast between two archetypes: the instantly available person and the thoughtfully available person. The instantly available person operates with an open-door policy for their life. They answer texts within seconds. They agree to every social invitation. They drop their own plans at a moment's notice to accommodate others. Over time, people learn this person's time is not a precious resource. When something is always there, we stop seeing it. Now, consider the thoughtfully available person. They're living a life full of purpose, passion, and personal commitments. When a message comes in, they may not see it for a few hours. When they do reply, it's focused and considerate. Let's apply this to a professional setting. Sarah is always at her desk, answering emails within minutes, and never says no to last-minute requests. Ben, equally competent, blocks out focus time and lets non-urgent emails wait. Consequently, Ben's contributions are perceived as more significant. His controlled availability signaled his focus and self-respect, which earned him professional respect. Chapter 2. Constant availability kills respect. One of the most subtle yet destructive psychological mechanisms that erodes respect is habituation. Think of the first time you heard your favorite song. It likely evoked a strong emotional reaction. After hearing it 100 times, however, that initial magic fades. The song hasn't changed, but your brain has adapted to its presence. Your time and attention are subject to the exact same principle. When you are constantly available, your presence becomes that song on repeat. Your availability is no longer a gift. It is an expectation. This process is particularly dangerous in romantic relationships. In the early stages of dating, the time you spend together feels precious and exciting. However, if one person becomes excessively available, always initiating contact, always agreeing to plans, the dynamic shifts. He leaves no room for her to wonder about him, to miss his presence, to feel the excitement of receiving an unexpected message. This constant availability can quickly be perceived as neediness, suffocating the space needed for attraction and respect to grow. When constant availability becomes the baseline, it paves the way for a corrosive sense of entitlement to take root. You drive Alex to the airport, help them move, and proofread their emails. For a while, Alex is grateful. But as your yes becomes a certainty, the thank yous become less frequent.
I'm so sorry I can't make it this Saturday.
But I was counting on you. What am I supposed to do now?
Your history of constant availability has created an expectation. They feel entitled to your time because you have never given them a reason to believe it was anything other than guaranteed. Always being available can signal you do not value your own time. You have weak personal boundaries, and it can project low self-worth. Chapter 3. Controlled presence equals power. It is essential to begin this chapter by making a critical distinction. Controlled presence is not about being cold or aloof. True controlled presence is the art of deliberate engagement. It is the conscious and mindful choice of when, where, and how you give your most precious resource, your focused attention. It means that when you are present, you are fully present. When you are not, it is because you are engaged in other meaningful aspects of your life. Think of a highly respected mentor or professor. They are likely not available for casual chats 24/7. They have specific office hours. This scarcity does not make them seem uncaring. On the contrary, it amplifies their perceived wisdom and importance. When you finally get that 1-hour meeting, you come prepared. You value every minute of their time because you know it is limited. Their controlled presence has created an environment where respect and value are the default settings. When you consistently practice controlled presence, you create a powerful ripple effect that reshapes the dynamics of your relationships. Your friend who used to send a "you up" text will learn to reach out during the day and plan in advance. Your family members will learn to respect your work-from-home hours. This adaptation is the natural consequence of the new reality you've created. Your partner who sees your rich, independent life will feel inspired and more attracted. They learn to value the moments you share, making them more present and engaged when you are together. Chapter 4. How to apply scarcity without games. Don't fake busyness. Build a meaningful life that naturally makes your time valuable. Set communication boundaries. You don't need to reply instantly. Prioritize your schedule and let others fit into it. Example: I'm working out now, I'll text you later. Versus dropping everything immediately. Friends and partners gradually match your rhythm and respect your priorities. When you need to delay a response, use clear, positive framing. A simple and honest refusal is often the most respectful approach. This acknowledges their message, signals you're busy, sets a clear expectation, and promises quality attention later. This response is professional, reinforces your commitment to priorities, and offers a clear collaborative solution. Chapter 5. Respect is rooted in self-value. True respect from others starts with self-respect. If you don't value your own time, no one else will. Scarcity is a natural byproduct of living with purpose and confidence. A CEO, athlete, or artist doesn't need to act busy. Their lifestyle naturally creates respect. When people sense your time is valuable, they show up better, treat you better, and give more. This is not about building walls to keep people out. It is about building a gate and recognizing that you are the gatekeeper. This mindset shift is the difference between living a life of reaction and leading a life of intention. This path is not about becoming a different person, but about becoming more authentically yourself. By applying this same principle to your own life, you will find that respect from others is not something you have to chase. It becomes a natural and effortless response to the high value you so clearly place on yourself. When you stop being too available, people start showing up differently. They respect your time, they value your energy, and most importantly, you respect yourself more. Scarcity isn't about ego, it's about standards. Recap the 5 chapters quickly. Remind viewers, you don't have to prove your value, you said it. Encourage them to implement small boundaries this week. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who gives too much of their time away. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe to Dark Love Psychology for more insights and tips to help you succeed. Building respect is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient, stay consistent with your new habits, and watch as the world begins to reflect the value you have claimed. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.